So, without further ado, Jer, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, you're totally welcome.
Looking forward to this season. Absolutely, you can smell the football's back. Just freshly clipped rosters. Pads are back on, and we were ready to go. First, some housekeeping. Would love to congratulate Tom, Tickle, and Ricky, all as our top three dogs moving up into the big league. Outstanding season, boys. And on top of that, I would also love to announce that Dan, Eric Henderson, and the two-time champ, Kayla Newbro, are all moving down. Looking forward to the season. We are expected to have the draft around September 1st, give or take a few days. Looking forward to that. And on top of that, we have a special announcement moving forward into the season. We're trying to up the league a little bit. I know everybody needs a little bit of help with some thrift. And so we will be announcing and releasing some apparel, some B3FL football apparel with a few different items. We'll have our logo slapped on that. You guys are going to love it. Trust me, you're going to love it.
That's sick. I'm so excited. I would love to get like a nice visor, maybe a baseball cap, a hoodie, really show off this league. Because Jerry, you've done a great job of hosting it year after year. We're easily going on probably 10 years now. So
this is year number 12.
Ooh, Big 12. Okay.
The 12 season, so this is a big one.
All right. So So do you have any information about when we're looking to collect orders or anything like that?
It's going to take about 2 weeks from once we set the order. So I would love to show everybody some of the apparel and some of the colors that we picked out. Ideally, within the next 2 weeks, I would love to have an order placed so we can have everything here for week one.
Cool. Is it all going to be through Discord?
Yeah, we'll just do everything on Discord.
Great. All right. So you heard it here. Tune into your Discord chats. That's going to be live. So, is there anything else you wanted to say to the league?
No, I'm just looking forward to it. Another big year planned. We got a lot planned for everybody, so excited to start to unravel some of that. And I think you guys are going to love it.
Great. Great. All right. Well, thanks, Jer. We're going to keep you on the line because we have a very highly contested next guest. We have Connor Pico, the Quesnel Quicksand, owner of Quesnel Quicksand. He's on the line with us tonight. It's big audience. Every time he comes on the podcast, people get heated. It's always a joy to have you on. Love having you. Welcome, Connor.
Jordan, can't wait for the upcoming season. It's been a long off season. It was a tough end of last year, and we're excited. We're excited. The Quesnel Quicksand is. We're excited to get into it this year.
Absolutely. Well, good luck this year because you're probably going to need it staying in the bottom division.
Yeah, well, I don't get any help from this podcast.
Not at all. So
no, but we're looking forward to it. I mean, it's gonna be a great year getting the podcast going again, and you guys did a terrific job last year, and get me some merch. I'm looking for some for sure.
Heck yes, dude. All right, so do you want to let the guests know why you're here?
Yeah, well, I think everybody knows. This is the Pico's preseason power rankings coming up, and I put a lot of work into these, and I want to just kind of go over what we're looking at and what we're basing this on for this year. Intangibles are the number one thing. We're looking to see what you bring to the table off of the fantasy football field, and then what you do as well throughout the year, and we're going to be basing it off that, and don't take it to heart. Some of you guys are pretty low, and it is what it is, and
they just
sensitivity in here. And but before I get into the power rankings, I just wanted to say, I've got a nice Coors Banquet. Get yourself one of those. And the jersey for today We've got Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott. This is my favorite jersey I own. I'm gonna try and mix up the power rankings a little bit. Bring you guys some jerseys, some swag, and Ronnie Lott. If you're ever bored, look at a Ronnie Lott highlight tape. Every hit's a suspension now, but it's awesome. So take a look. But let's get right into it. Let's get into these power rankings. Anything Jordan, you want to add before we get into the power rankings?
No, absolutely not, dude.
You're ready to go. Okay, so let's start right at the bottom here, guys. I've got two names, and you can put them in whatever order you want, but we'll start right at the bottom. I've got Nate, second to last, Dan, and then I've got Ryan as the Lord's team. I've actually written these in permanent markers. I don't see any movement coming from the bottom. We look for them to stay in the B League. 21, I've got Ricky. Now, I know he got promoted last year, but if you know the history of the league, I don't think he updated his rosters after draft day. Hey, you draft great, you get promoted. We look for him to rise in the rankings, but we do look for him to struggle in the A-League. The next one here, we've got a father-son, Caitlin. Now, some controversy here. I've got Scott at 20. We've got Kalen at 19. We look for Kalen to do a little bit better in the B League. And we come up to the next one. Henderson, you're at number 18. You need to see some improvements, but, you're a B leaguer this year, so welcome to the show. 17, the next Sterling that comes up, Alex, you stumbled last year, buddy. You stumbled right to the finish line. We actually looked for you to fall from 17. That's the prediction. This next one, it was tough for me to give Liam here at 16. Me and him have had some battles and some history. I also gave him the most, last year I made a couple comments about his trading. I gave him the most ridiculous trader award. And I actually didn't receive another trade offer after that. And I liked the notification. So you can bring those back, Liam. They're always fun to take a laugh at. Mike Bell, you are up at 15. Jordan Ivany, 14. You could have switched or flip-flopped those. We weren't sold on either of them being that high, but we do look for them to stay right around the same. Ty, Lambo Leap Squad, right out of the gate. I think, Jordan, you picked this guy to win the league last year, I think.
I did.
That was the prediction before.
I did.
We've got him at lucky 13 here. We'll see how he starts out, but we're a little unsure about where he goes. We do look for him to fall, though. Then we've got the Battle of the Zacks coming in at 12 and 11. Zach T, you beat me in the playoffs last year, so I'm going to bump you down to the 12 spot, and Zach Lang, you're going to be at the 11. Come into the top 10. We go with Marty at number 10. Congratulations. You got off to a rough start, but you hung in there and you battled, and that's what we like to see here in the power rankings. And then we come to an interesting threesome. Papa T, Jordan Sterling, and Jeremy Sterling. These Sterlings here battling for the 9, 8, and 7 spot. Jared, I've got you in at the 9. I've got Jordan in at the 8. And reluctantly, Papa T at the 7. I felt he finished the year strong last year. Everyone gets lucky at some point. Ryman, I've got you at 6. Ryman and I were able to party together this Vancouver. Had a great time. I saw a lot of potential, and I know where his off season's gone. The next name, Tom, you're 5. Now, your power rankings are probably going to have you a little bit higher, but by all means, you do what you do. Next, we've got 4. We've got Omar, and this is strictly based on we feel that he's the most powerful person in the league, so we've got him pretty high up. And then we come into the top 3. And you know who's in the top 3. We've got the 2 guys in the A-League from last year, Jake and Dally, and myself, obviously. I know what I've done and know the work we've put in this offseason. So I actually felt that I powered out of these power rankings, but I am going to keep myself in. So I'm going to come in at number 3. I'm going to be that 3rd spot. I think I take the B League this year and run away with it. And then at number 1 and 2, we got Dally and we've got Jake, the defending champ. But we're going to go with Dally at number 2 and Jake's number 1. We look for Jake to have a big season. I know he's put some good years up in the past. He's going to bounce back, and he's going to stay number one. Dally, I took a look at Dally's Instagram. I don't know if he's fantasy football focused right now, so we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, those are the Pico's preseason power rankings. So cheers, boys.
That's awesome. Thank you for putting this together, Connor. Are there any teams that stand out that you really want to see do well? Maybe some teams in the bottom half that you're like, you know what, I could cheer for this guy?
Yeah, I think one, and Liam and I have had some real big battles in the past. I think he got off to a slow start last year. I'd love to see him come up to the A-League with me in this after this season, so we can continue those battles. I do appreciate Kalen being a former champ. Always look for him to succeed. Other than that, though, I mean, no, the bottom three, I don't think they move. And that's in the kind of the fact. I mean, Jordan Ivany at 14, he's a Flyers fan. And if the Flyers got Johnny Gaudreau, I can tell you he would be way down there. But they didn't, so he stayed up. He might jump up, but I'd say Liam and Kalen are my two picks to potentially get out of the B League.
Nice. And so, Jer, we got to bring you back on the show. You're ranked down at 9. You've had a lot of success in this league. Do you feel slighted at all at Connor's rankings?
Oh, I don't mind myself with leagues. We're not on the same level, so it's all. I know where we're at. Where I'm at. I do think you're giving a lot of respect with the other guys, though.
Yeah,
and
we've actually got a downward. You do look for you to fall out of the top 10 at the end of this year.
I'm excited to see it.
I can't wait to see Jared at the bottom with Dan. It's going to be great.
Well, I don't know if he's going to go that low, but I only need a piece of paper at that point.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. And then I guess, Connor, one last consideration. Of all the owners on this list, who is your initial pick to win it all? That's not yourself.
We talking A League or B League?
The championship. So I guess the A League.
Championship league. Yeah. I've gone back and forth on this one a little bit. I know that we've got Jake and Dally up there in the top 2. I don't see either of them winning it. And then as we go down the list, I don't think it's one of the 3 guys that were promoted, Zachary, Tom. Neither of them pull through. We actually look for Tom to go back to the B League next year. Honestly, yeah, I do think a guy like an Ivany or potentially even a Mike Bell get hot at the right time next year, and they're sitting there at 14 and 15. Yeah, I could see either of them potentially, going on a run late. Other than that, though, we'll see. I mean, it's going to be dependent on the start of the year. It really is, and where that draft day, where you get your draft pick and how you draft, really, right? And that's gonna do a lot of. It's gonna affect quite a bit.
All right, and then I guess this is the final question, which is the most important. Who's getting demoted?
Yeah, and this was actually rather simple. We look at Tom to go down. Tom 100% is going down. We do look for Ricky to fall back down. That's the early season predictions. We'll see how he drafts. We'll see how he updates. But that's where we're at right now. And Marty's going down next year. That's almost a guarantee.
That's a lock.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd say that's my king
We
lock.
need one more though.
What? And then are we doing 4? It's going to be 4, yeah?
It'll be 4, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we were up in the air on 4. You know what? Jer, buddy, I just don't know. I don't know. I think the commissioner, I think the league's getting bigger. I think the Dolphins are struggling. I do look for you to fall into the B League next year, Jer.
In that case, we'd only do 3, but you know how it works around here.
But yeah, Jordan, those are the power rankings. So I once again I appreciate you bringing me on and letting me do it.
No problem. Glad you're here. So I guess we'll throw it back to Jer. Jer, do you have any other announcements?
Stay tuned for the drop. We got the video pumping out soon. Get excited, baby. Get your engine started.
Awesome. All right, that sounds great. Well, I think that's a wrap. I think we've had a pretty good show. Thanks, Jer. Thank you, Connor, for coming out. I do have to say, Connor, you threw out a shout out to Coors Banquet.
Yep.
I have to throw a shout out to Waterloo Brewing, who, Ty, if you know, if you're interested in getting in on this merch, maybe a little logo on the side of a hat or something, might be nice. We could throw in a Waterloo Brewing ad in my podcast. Just let us know. Reach out. Just gotta say it. Anyways, all right, guys. Thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate having you, and we will see you next time.